إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم ثم أما بعد. I want to take you guys through a journey with me. I want you to imagine that all of a sudden you wake up and you're completely confused, and you look all around this room that you've never seen before, and you look to the left. And to the left you see your mother standing above you and she's crying. And you're confused to why she's even crying, and you look to the right and you see your brother that you've never seen cry before, and he's also crying. And you look in the corner of the room and your dad is sitting in a chair looking straight, his face is all white, and he's also shocked, and you have no idea why. And you see on the ground your mom holding a hand of somebody. You look down, it's your younger sister, and she's crying, bawling her eyes out, and she is just in pain and doesn't know what to do. So you muster up that little confidence that you have, and you look at your mom and you say, "Mama, why are you guys crying?" And so your mom, with the pain that she has, looks at you and says, "Habibi, you were in a car crash and you have a couple of minutes left to live." And so you start forgetting that everybody is in this room, and you start focusing in front of you, and you are shocked and you are just about to die. Like that thing that people talk about. You've heard about people dying before. You've seen janazas. You've walked with people dying. But this is the first time that this is happening to you. And you're like, "Bro, I'm actually gonna die." And so you get confused and you lay back into that bed and you look still in the back of the room, and your dad is not even looking at you, and he's shocked. And then all of a sudden, in this small little room in the back, you start seeing people you've never seen before. And these people are smiling and they're happy. Everybody else is crying, but not them. And they look good, they smell good, and they are happy. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. Verily, those that say that my Lord is Allah, and they stay firm on those words, the angels will descend. When? Now. When you're just about to die. And so one or multiple of them come to you and they say the first thing that you actually want to hear, and they say, "Don't be scared." Why? Because you are probably freaking out. You're about to enter a world that you've only heard about, but now you're about to experience it. Now you're about to see it. Whether you're ready or not, it's scary, but they tell you, "Don't worry. Don't be scared, and don't even worry." And actually, you've done it. Congrats. You passed. You passed. Because congratulations, you know that Jannah? وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ. And you know, we have good news of that Jannah that you were promised. When were you promised it? Every time you were reading the verses of Allah. Jannah is for the people that are patient. Jannah is for the muttaqeen. Jannah for the khashi'een. You were that khashi'ah. You were that muttaqi. You were that person. Congratulations. نَحْنُ أَوْلِيَاؤُكُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. We were your friends here. We were your companions. We were following you everywhere. We went with you to the masjid. We were there in your Quran class. We were there. And actually we will be there in the akhirah. We are going to accompany you into this afterlife. And even before you get that happiness, you see somebody, a creation you've never seen before. He looks happy. He looks beautiful. You've never seen anything better than him. And he's about to start your journey. And he is the angel of death, happy to greet you, excited, and he takes your soul. And then he gives it to a creation that you've never seen before. They have clothing that you've never seen before. It smells you've never smelled. And they put it on you and they're excited and they're happy. And then they bring you up to the skies and then you see creations you've never seen before. And these creations start calling you the best names. They're like, this was the generous guy. This was the pious guy. That was the person who used to give adhan. That was the person who used to love the masjid. This is the person who used to love Allah. This is the person who used to take care of orphans. This is the person who took care of his mother. This is, if you knew what this person was doing at night when everybody else was sleeping, he was praying and he was crying and he loved Allah and Allah loves him. When we have one person praising us in this world, we feel this ego. Now imagine a whole world that you've never seen with creations you've never seen boosting you. So not only do you look good, you smell good, but you feel good. Whoa. Whoa, where am I? This is amazing. And then they take you back to the earth and you go somewhere and all of a sudden you hear people crying and you realize, whoa, this is my janazah. I'm in my grave and you hear your mom crying, Habib, and you're like, Mom, don't worry, I did it. You hear your dad crying. You just want to tell him, Baba, I made it, stop crying. And then they come to leave and your soul even wants to leave with them and then they hit your head above and then two angels come to you. And these two angels ask you, who is your Lord? You're like, my Lord? Allah? The one that I worshipped day and night, the one that I wanted his happiness, the one that I just wanted him to be content with me? Who is my Lord? My Lord is Allah. And then they ask you, who is that man that was sent to you? I mean the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the person that every time I heard his name I would send peace and blessings. The person that I loved more than my own family and more than myself. The person that I tried to be like every day. The Prophet, who is that man? He was my Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And then they ask you, what was that religion that was sent to you? Or in another narration, what was that book that was sent to you? And you say, my religion, my way of life? It was Islam. I submitted to Allah. My book was the Quran. And then they take you and they're happy because you just passed the exam and they take you and they show you a place that you might even think was Jannah because of how beautiful it is. And then they say, no, no, no. And they open up a little window. It says, that's Jannah. That's where you're going. Here, right now, it's just your temporary place. This is where you're just going to hang out for a little bit. But that there, that's where you're going. And then you go and you go on that amazing bed. And then you wake up. You wake up and you look to and you're in a place you've never seen before. You're confused. It's a room you've never seen before. You look to the left, you see your mother crying. You look to the right, you see your brother crying, who you've never seen cry before. You look in the back of the room and you see your dad looking straight like he was shell-shocked. And he's just not crying, no action. And then you look that your mom's holding somebody's hand and you look down. It's your younger sister and she's bawling on the floor, crying uncontrollably. And you have no idea why any of them are crying. And so you get mustered up that challenge and then you look to your mom and you say, Mama, why are you crying? And your mom, in the midst of her crying, she just holds herself back and she looks at you and she says, Habibi, you were in a car crash. And you just have a couple of minutes left to live. And so now the tears and the sounds around you don't seem important anymore. And then you start contemplating, I'm actually about to die? Like these are the last moments I have to, like this is it? This is actually it. Like my whole life, I've been trying to do my best. I'm done here. I'm about to go to the world that I've been told about, but that's it. I'm not ready for it. And you start looking at your dad and your dad's shocked. He's about to lose his son. And then in the midst of this confusion, you see something. You've never seen something scary. You've never seen something uglier. You've never seen something that stank more and ugly. You just, what is this thing? And you just want somebody to help you, and this thing is almost disgusted with you and comes and tells you, I'm here to take your soul. Your own soul doesn't know where to hide, so it starts hiding into your body. And that thing comes and snatches you out of your body. And it hurts. You've never experienced pain like this. You've never experienced hurt like this. And it snatches you out. And it takes you and it gives you to some other creation, almost disgusted. Like almost he was passing trash to somebody else because what is happening? And this other creation also never seen anything like them. They take clothing you've never seen before. They smash it on your body and it hurts. You're in pain. And they take you up to the skies. And then you start seeing creations you've never seen before, calling you the worst names. They're like, that was that liar. He was the guy who used to steal from old ladies. That was the person that used to watch porn at night when everybody thought he was Sheikh al-Shabab. That was that guy. That was the person who used to say he loved Allah, but did everything against. He's the person who used to cheat. He's the person who used to never praise Allah. He's the person that used to eat while everybody else was fasting in Ramadan. He's the person who never paid his zakat. This is the person who didn't. He was the biggest hypocrite. This was the hypocrite in this world. When one person says one thing negative about us, it hurts us. Imagine these great beings calling you the worst names you've ever been called before. And then not only are you in physical pain from the clothing that they put upon you, but now you're in mental pain. And they take you down to the earth. And you hear people crying. And in the midst of people crying, you realize this is your janazah. People are crying over, this is your funeral. And your mom's crying and your dad's crying. You say, Mom, help me, take me out of this. Baba, help me, take me out of this. But nobody can hear you on that day. Not a single person will hear you. Not a single person will be able to help you. And while they're leaving, your soul wants to follow it. And when that happens, two angels come they come to you. You've never seen anything scarier. Nothing that brings this kind of fear, this darkness to you. And they come and they ask you, who is your Lord? My Lord? Who's my Lord? Who is my Lord? I don't know. And then they take this tool that you've never seen and they hit you. What is this pain? And they come back to you. What do you say about that man that was sent to you? The man? The man that was sent to me? I don't know. And then they hit you again. And then they ask you your final question. And what was your religion? What was the book that was sent to you? Knowing that you've just been hit twice. I don't know. And then they hit you for the third time. And then they take you to a place that you've never seen scarier. You've never heard screams like those places. You've never seen darkness like in that place. You might think you're in hellfire. You look in the corner and you see one person's mouth being ripped open. And before his face even gets fixed, his other side of his mouth gets ripped. And then you look in the corner and some guy's lying down and some big boulders being broken on his face. You look in the side, you see a furnace and people burning alive. You might think this is Jahannam and you made it to hellfire. And then they say, no, no, no. They open a window. They say, this is Jahannam. That's where you're going. Here is just your temporary place. But there, that's horrible. You thought this was bad? That's bad. And you start getting punished in the grave. And I want to wake you guys up one more time. And this time you're not in no hospital bed, nobody's crying over your graves, nobody's crying over your last couple of moments you have left. You're sitting here in the masjid, here right now. Here, right now, here. Because the reality of things is this. If you were ever in the second person's position, first thing you would say, Ya Allah, please bring me back. Ya Allah, bring me back. Just, لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلْ صَالِحٍ. Ya Allah, please bring me back, just so I can do some good. Amir Salih, Ya Allah, please bring me back just an instant. Have you ever thought, when would you ever want to be brought back? Did you ever think, Ya Allah, when would have that moment been? Wouldn't it have been the first 10 days of the Hijjah, the most beloved days, before the day of Arafah? Like, think about it. If you were to ask Allah on your way to Jannah to bring you back, when would it have been? Wouldn't it have been now? Before the most blessed days of the year, amongst the blessed days of the year, before the day of Arafah, so you could fast that day of Arafah and get your 2 years of sins expiated, for you to be able to do your dhikr in those days, for them to be worth so much more. This would be the moment you want to be back. This would be these moments. Now, so imagine you were given that second chance. Imagine you were sent to hellfire and you were brought back. And you're here now. Because look, the reality of things, you will either wake up in one of two places. You'll either be in this world and you will wake up and you will get ready for the afterlife, or you will wake up when you see the angel of death. But at one of these two moments you shall wake up. Either you get ready now, or you will be awakened later, and it'll be too late. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحانك رب العزة عما يصفون. سلام على المرسلين. الحمد لله رب العالمين.